Have you ever felt unseen and like you're the only person in the room that has common sense? Like you know something that others don't, and that makes you feel different. And you feel like no one's going to understand you or can possibly love you unconditionally because in order to be loved, you have to be seen for who you are. You have to be known. And that's scary. If you have felt this way, then so have I. And that's why I'm so excited to share how God's love completely transformed my life. Now let's just get into it where most people do struggle with finding. Why can't some people feel His love and why can't we feel His presence? I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but you have so much loved ones around you. It can be your family, your friends, and they might even be there for you, like to celebrate you, but you still can't help but feel alone. Like deep down, you know these people love you because they're your loved ones. They love you, obviously, but you still can't help but think that they don't care about you or that you're alone. It's just you. And that is because it's so hard to feel love or to feel loved or capable of love if we don't have God's love in our life. If you feel like you can't be loved because of your past or what you've done, what you've said, or how you think, your mindset, or the person you are, then I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Because God has been seeing you, listening to you, and hearing you, and He completely loves you and He accepts you. Isaiah 59 spoke to me, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I definitely recommend you open your Bible and read it for yourself. Because it says, God's hand will not be shortened to where He cannot reach you, and His ears will not be so full where He cannot hear you. And I know I am guilty of this, of thinking that He can reach for everybody else, He can take care of everybody else, but once He gets to me, He's like, nah, she's not worth it. She's not worthy of this. And I felt like when I cried to Him, when I tell Him all the needs and He wouldn't give it to me, then obviously He didn't hear me. And obviously He didn't love me because He wouldn't hear me. He wouldn't listen to me. But Isaiah 59 specifically says that His hand will not be shortened to where He can't reach you. And His ears aren't going to be so full of people's wants and their needs, but not yours. That's not possible. He hears you and He's been listening to you, and His timing is perfect. And when your time comes, He will show that to you. But the reason you can't feel God's love or His presence in your life is because all these lies, they're ridiculing you and they're hiding God's face from you. Because these lies, they're telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that there's no point of praying because He can't even hear you, He's not going to answer your prayers, that you've already done bad, might as well just stay there, when obviously it's not true. God has been waiting to embrace you. Your hands have been defiled with blood and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue has muttered perversity. And if you keep choosing to follow this path, this such dark way of thinking, then you are never going to understand the true meaning of peace, let alone feel God's presence. Because in order to be in God's presence, you need to be able to see, but you're being blinded by all these lies. You just need to open your eyes and stop choosing to be in this mindset. Look around, He's showing Himself to you and He's letting you know daily that He loves you so much. And He can't call you on your cell when you really need it and say, hey, hope you have a good day, I love you. Like, He's not going to do that. And He's not going to knock on your door and tell you that. But He can use me and He can use things around you to let you know how much He does love you, because everything here is for you. When you do feel God's love, it's truly an unreal and an undescribable feeling. All my life and up till recently, I always thought I was born with a sad soul. And I thought I still had a sad soul even knowing Christ. And I thought that was okay, that there was nothing wrong with being sad. But there is a difference between my sad soul before Christ and after. Now, back then, when I didn't have a close relationship with God, I found peace in anxiety, especially anxiety attacks, because there's this feeling whenever something really triggers you. Your heart begins to sting and there might be like a stomach drop, and then you just can't talk, you can't speak. And I always did this thing because in my old room I didn't have a lock on my door because it was like a vintage house and it was so cute. It was annoying, there was no locks. But anyways, my room didn't have a lock on the door, so when I would cry, I would lean against the door and I liked that support of something flat against my back. And I would like sort of squat down as I'm dragging my body, and I'd get into a ball and I'd just cry, and I'd cry it off. And then when I was finished, I was like, okay, that feels good. Like, I am good again. And I know that feeling's gonna happen soon, but it already passed for now. That was my definition of peace. Can you believe that? Like, my isolation, me being isolated from other people, that was my definition of peace. Me keeping my worst thoughts to myself, not asking others for help, I found peace in that because I was like, they don't know what's going on with me. I'm peaceful that no one knows about me. No one knows the truth about me. I was only hurting myself. Not even me, but that was the evil one trying to hurt me. And I was being content with it. I was choosing to be okay with it. And the reason why I call it a sad soul is because I kind of enjoyed the feeling of sadness. It was my comfort emotion. And it was when I felt the most happy and the most myself. I was just that type of person to see a beautiful sunset and like auroras, like the whole galaxy. I could see that and I would just be like, it's nice, but we're leaving in 10 minutes, so there's no point of it. Like, that was my sad soul, because I was like, it's beautiful, but I'm gonna miss it. I wouldn't enjoy being in the moment. I wouldn't see things that were around me and see God's love because I was being blinded by those lies. And I was blinded by thinking God didn't hear me and he was okay with me being like that. So that made me want to be okay with it, when that wasn't God's voice, let alone my voice. So we know whose voice that was. But as I was getting closer to God, I always assumed I still had this sad soul, because I still feel so deeply and I still cry over the littlest of things, when I didn't realize that God turned that sad child that I was so used to, and he turned that sad soul into gratitude, which is, again, an undescribable feeling. I still see his love every day, even when I feel like I don't deserve it. He owes us nothing and he still continues to bless us and give us what we need and sometimes what we want. And so it does make me not necessarily sad to think about, but honestly just so grateful. That's what I mean when he turned my sad soul into gratitude. He made me realize that I wasn't so small to where he couldn't reach out for me and he couldn't help me, not at all, because that entire time he was listening to me and he was hearing me. And I have this overwhelming amount of gratitude because I feel his presence and I see his love and feel like I am loved everywhere I go. And all I want to do is give thanks because he sacrificed the thing he loved the most for us in hopes to gain our love. He doesn't owe me anything, but he continues to bless me and provide for me and give me the things I need. And I've failed in the past and I probably will fail in the future, and I know that he knows all the things I will do already, but he still forgives, and I know that he will forgive me. God is so real, and God's love for us and his transformation in me, in you, and in others is proof that he is real, and proof that love is not a feeling but a person. And love does not just come and go. He remains, he is still. Now I want you to think about big trials that you've faced, like big setbacks. Just think about it for a second. Okay, now I want you to think of little setbacks and like minor inconveniences, such as losing your keys, taking the wrong route, cracking your phone. Why does that even happen? Like, just those little things, you know? Your phone isn't broken, but you have like a very inconvenient, annoying scratch. Or like if you're out in public and you're eating, right? And then you look in the bathroom and you have a big food stain or something. It's just like, why does that happen? Why was that necessary? Like, you playing jokes? Like, what's going on here? But I think about those little moments a lot because they led me to where I am now. They led me to be able to talk to you, and they led you to find this video so God can tell you how much he loves you. God knows you and he sees you, and he knows the things that you love and the things that you're not really a fan of and the things you don't love. And I can't sit here and tell you about 24 hours of my day and give you a debrief and tell you all the little details in my life. But if you did hear all those details from each person's life, even people you don't know, you would be amazed and fascinated of how different their life is from yours, from mine, and from other people. And that's how I see God's love, and that's how you can see God's love, through little things he puts in your life. Because think about the thing that you love, the things that you love seeing, and pay attention to how often you see it and how much God lets it be in your life. That's why it's so interesting, because if we did hear everybody's life and how they go about their 24 hours, you're gonna notice that this person sees more things and hears of more things than that person. And this person is seeing an animal on the road every day. Like, I haven't seen one in years. So when the sky is out And it's absolutely beautiful. It's so okay to say, God gave this gift for me. This is his way of showing his love for me. James 1:17 says, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning." With that same rain that God gifted us, somebody might be running late to work, but little do they know that they're gonna bump into somebody that they haven't seen in a while, or see something that retraces memories from their past. From that same rain, someone might get sick, but little do they know God is protecting them from something by staying home, and another person, they have to cancel plans because of the rain, but they actually end up staying home and being more productive and making more plans because they're staying home and they're like, all right, let's reschedule. While we're at it, let's make this plan, this plan, this plan. God is holding you with his right hand and he's guiding you. He's guiding you down the right paths. Everything in your life happens for a reason, and he's letting you know how much he loves you through little things we see in our life. Every good thing in your life, God put it there for you because God loves blessing his children. He loves making us happy. God told me to tell you that he loves you so much, and he's been listening to you and seeing you. And his arm is not too short into where he cannot reach you or cannot hear you. He loves you, and if you don't have a relationship with him, he misses you. He wants to hear from you. You are his child, and he loves you so much. He knows every detail about you. And if you do have a relationship with God, he still misses you. He loves listening to you. God's love never fails, and he loves you throughout everything. Not only throughout the good times, but he loves you in your worst, in your darkest times. When you're sinning, he still loves you. And he doesn't want to harm you if you come back to him. He just wants to embrace you and show this immense amount of love he has for you. And if you are struggling to feel God's love or feel like you're in his presence, then keep trying. Keep getting closer to God. Keep reading his word, because God's timing is perfect. And when the timing is right, he will reveal his love for you. And all you will be able to think is, wow, he truly has a plan for me. And he does love me. So do not doubt if you are not feeling very loved or not feeling in his presence. It happens to the best of us. It does. But his timing is perfect. Whether it's a huge change or a drift, or it was like mine where I didn't even realize it. So you will feel him saying, I love you, over and over and over again. And you will have that gratitude as well. That's all I have for you today. I'm so sorry if there's a bunch of noise. These construction people have been at it for a month. A literal month. Also, I don't know if you've noticed anything different. I'll give you a second. We have a new friend. I got this for $3 at the Dollar Tree because I'm not one for decor at all. Like, I stick to my floral stuff. But I saw this at Dollar Tree for $3 and I was like, why not? It's so cute. It's so adorable and it's so squishy. I got another one too. I have to show you guys. Like, this one's green and orange. This is my best friend's favorite color, and then this is mine, green. So I think it's so cute. So I really hope that this word did touch you and that you can start seeing God's love everywhere you go. And I really just want to highlight how bad God wanted me to get this message out, because I felt so much conviction when I wasn't working on this and I wasn't recording. I could just feel like God was like tapping his foot and he was like, hurry up, my child needs to know. Honestly, thank you so much for your love and support. You guys are the sweetest. Keep it up. You're doing so good. You're following the right path as long as it's God's path. Just keep going. I'm sorry, it's so cute, but I feel like it's just like hiding in the back. It needs... Okay, for now on, I'm gonna start talking like this, okay? Make sure you guys stay safe. Make sure you read your work. Drink some water today. Have a good day today. And if it's nighttime, I hope you have a good night's rest. Make sure you drink some tea and get cozy. And I will see you the next video very soon. May God bless you and bring you peace.